everybody, welcome to my class, and today I'm going to show you how to create an air ring. We're going to be combining a band with triangle. So we're going to be using Tinkercad.com for this class, and you're going to be learning how to manipulate what we call a torus, cutting out triangle, and then putting them on two different planes and connecting them together. The inspiration is very geometrical, it's very cool, it's very simple, and I hope you enjoy my class.
Hey everybody, okay, so here we are in Tinkercad.com. So sign into your profile as well. And then we're going to click on this Create New Design with Beta. So here's our work plane. So you can see that you can adjust your view from top and side and angled. Okay, so and here are all of our basic shapes. So since we're making the air ring, we're going to take this torus, which is a round tubular ring, and drag it out to our plane. And I'm moving up the steps and sides so that we have a smooth surface. And then the radius, you can do a slider and whoa, it gets so big. Look at that. So we don't need it to be that big. And then the tube will tell you how thin or wide your actual band is. And you can go in here and adjust it and type in. I want mine 2 millimeters because that's a pretty good thickness for a cute little band. So now we need to figure out what our diameter needs to be, so from this point to this point, and right now it is set at 122 millimeters. That is way too big. So you can find your ring size if you Google US ring sizes. Right here, I'm going to shrink it down to what I need and back down to 2, so then I have my perfect little tube. And then I'm going to bring it back over here so we can work on it and see it more easily. So it is now 19 by 19. Now remember, I made my tube 2 millimeters thick, so I'm going to actually have to subtract the thickness here and here in order to get my inner diameter here. So the inner diameter is going to be actually what my finger needs to be able to go through. So since I have pretty small fingers, 19 minus 2 would be 17, and then minus 2 again is 15 millimeters. So 15 millimeters in diameter is a pretty good size for me. I'll let you know exactly what that is, but I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger so it fits more comfortably. So my tube is still set at 2 millimeters, which is good. So there we have our band.
How does yours look? Does yours look like mine?
So the next thing we have to do is create the triangle for our air ring. So I'm going to take this roof because it's already like a triangle shape, and I'm going to rotate it so it's like this on my work plane. I need to set it up, making sure that this is set at the 0 millimeters, which means that it is flat on my work surface. So obviously it's way too big. Too tall, so I'm going to shrink it down, and 2 millimeters is good because we're keeping everything kind of around the 2 millimeter point for this design. So I want to make my triangle a little bit more equal, so I'm going to bring it up, and I see that my bottom measurement is 20 and then my height is 17. So let's like turn this around because it's pointing down. I like everything pointing upwards. It's just, for my brain, it's just more readable that way, I guess. So I'm going to copy and paste this one, and I'm going to do that by actually holding Alt and then click and drag. So that's a new quick little shortcut there. I'm going to raise up the height because when I shrink it down by scaling it, and that's Shift and click and drag, the height's going to reduce down too. So now I'm going to align my two triangles. So that means that by here, if you click on this dot and this dot, it'll align it on the vertical axis and the horizontal axis. So it's right smack in the middle of that green triangle. So if we shift it over here, we can have a better look because obviously that little side angle makes it look a little wonky. So here we are, and this is perfectly centered, but we'll see how it goes. I want to shrink both of these down because it looks a little tall and stabby, so let's see how this works. Okay, so I want to make sure that this is all aligned still, and it is. So there and there, when they're grayed out like that, that means that they're already on line. that way. So I'm going to turn this way because I want to make sure that my whole triangle is going to punch right through the green triangle. And here we go. We're going to select it and we're going to try and group them and see how it looks. So come up here to the top menu and hit group, and that's going to go on ahead and remove that center whole triangle away. So let's click back up top and see how that looks. That looks all right. I think this bottom part of my triangle looks a little thick, so I'm going to ungroup it by selecting all and going ungroup. And I'm going to click on that and just go down and moves it down a little too far. So let's adjust our snap grid back to 1 millimeter so it's a smaller adjustment. And then select all again and regroup, and that looks much better. I like that. So now we're going to resize this again to a good size. I think 15, yeah, it'll automatically adjust my other side. So that's great. Here's our ring. It's flat, so it's going to be hard for me to get the triangle onto the ring with them both being flat on my work surface. So I'm going to rotate the band 90 degrees so it's upright. Here we go. So 90 degrees. And then I'm going to lift it up so it's not being cut away from the plane. And then I'm going to turn it this way, another 90 degrees, and then drag it, click and drag it over here. And I'm going to do a line again. So I'm going to align my ring and my triangle to make sure that they are perfectly centered. So you don't have to eyeball it, you can actually do it this way. So there's my center there, and there's my center. And if you just hover over the dots, you can actually see in orange what it would adjust to. So now that that's done, I'm going to just check out my rotation and just see. And I want to make sure that my ring is intersecting my triangle so they like actually fuse together when we print this. So I'm going to lower it down, but I'm not going to lower it down all the way because I don't want the ring to stick out above my triangle. So 0.8 millimeters in my 2 millimeters means that it's going to be just touching. I think I want to bring it down a little bit more. So here we go. This black triangle, I'll remember, lifts up and down. So now it's 0.6 millimeters. So, and you can actually see the ring intersecting with the triangle. So that's perfect. Okay. So, and it looks a little high, again, kind of like how it looked on the triangle as well when we did the cutout. So I'm going to adjust that, and because I'm moving it freehand, I need to make sure it's realigned, but only on this one because, as we know, if I hit the other one, it would just lift it back up again. So select all, and we're going to group. There we go, and it's blue. So I kind of want to see it in gold, so we're going to make it yellow or gold, and we're going to inspect it by just turning it around and taking a look at it. Now we're going to go back to our Tinkercad profile, and we're going to see it loading. Here we are. Okay, so your design will always be this top corner, and it'll be given some random, really weird name. So that needs to change so we know exactly what it is. We're going to click this little gear up here and click on Properties. And this is where we change the name. So I'm going to name it Air Ring, and I'm going to make it public so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to save the changes. So making my design public means that you can actually see it and you can actually download it as well. So there it is, Air Ring. I'm going to click on it so we can actually see the 3D version of it. And this is what an STL will do too. So if you click down here on View 3D, it will give you a 3D version that you can click on and actually spin around yourself. There it is. So you can look here, click it around, move it. So there's the front. So that looks pretty good. I can see that my ring doesn't go through the triangle. So if you see any problems with it at this point, you can always go back by clicking on Tinker This, and it'll put you right back into your work plane, and you can make any adjustments that you want. So now that I like this, I'm okay with this, I'm going to download for 3D printing, and there's my STL. I'm going to click on that, and Tinkercad will automatically download it to your computer, Air Ring. And I can right click on this and find out where it is on my computer. So I'm going to click out of that and we're done.
Free your mind and let us know what you've come up with. I'd love to see all of your designs. So make sure to post them here at KiraKira.com. All right, thanks everybody and have a great day.